Torgal, what is it?
Nothing good, I'll wager. Come on.
What happened here?
Imperials! You'll pay for this!
Ah! We've got a live one!
What are you doing here? Answer me!
Remember our orders? No survivors!
Who would order such a thing?
You're finished! Not this time. Get him, boy! Stay down! It's over!
Thought you could escape us, did you, Branded? You were born a slave, and you'll die one!
Kill all the ducal dogs!
Ducal dogs? Hey, we're innocent people! You know what to do already.
Wipe this place off the map!
You know what hunger holds to the light. Sick of Torgal. Not this time.
All must burn! The bearers and those who sheltered them. By Empress Annabella's command!
My mother ordered this. Why?
Clive.
I know. It could wait. Too slow. sorry, Lady Hannah. You deserved so much better. All of these people did. Better than my mother.
We're too late.
Gav!
Clive! Acting on the orders of the Duchess, eh? We knew Eastpool was harbouring bearers. Thought they were safe enough hidden up here, but someone must have let slip. If they'd have only come to us sooner, none of this would have had to happen. Fuck!
My mother always did despise bearers. The way Father embraced them when the other nations spat on them as slaves. The way an accident of birth gave them a power that others lacked.
But why kill everyone? They meant no harm. They just wanted to be free.
This world judges that a crime punishable by death. Which is why we're going to change it. Gav, we want to help.
Thought you'd got your own stuff to be getting on with.
We do. But it can wait.
In that case, we should head back and tell Sid you've had a change of heart. He was always on it yet to join us.
All right.
And we'd best be quick. Last I heard, he was planning another excursion.
What about the villagers?
Oi! Can I leave yous lot to take care of things here?
Of course. We'll make sure they get a proper burial.
Thank you. All of you.
When you're ready, then.
Now, rats, lead me to your nest. Lord Kupka has a message for your leader. If only he knew where to send it.
To Sid Solar, then. We have a lot to discuss.
I heard Otto barking at his lot earlier.
And what do you want?
If you're gonna buy something, be quick about it.
Is that all? Don't mind me. Just taking a quick...
This place is getting more crowded by the day.
I tell myself the bustle's a blessing. There'll be time enough for quiet contemplation when I'm dead. So, did you find the answers you were looking for?
I still don't know what to make of this gift, curse, or whatever it is I've been given. But there is one thing I can say for certain. I am a dominant, Ifrit. And there is nothing I can do to change that. It is a burden I must bear until my dying day.
Spoken true. Forgiveness and in turn salvation can only begin with acceptance. It's a path we all must walk, no matter how colourful our histories.
Sid, you once told me that you wanted to build a place where people could die on their own terms.
I did.
I've been thinking about that. Why not a place where people can live on their own terms? For 13 years, killing was all I knew. So obsessed with death that I never stopped to consider the lives of those around me. Lives that I see now were scarcely worth living. Be they bearers or beggars, most march blindly to their end, never realizing that they too deserve a choice. And I dare not turn a blind eye to their suffering any longer.
So, atonement then, is it?
That was the answer we found.
The only one we need.
I'll be expecting you both to pull your weight.
And we will.
Well then, with a sprinkle of fire and ice, this plan of mine might just work.
What trouble are you looking to get yourself into now?
The best kind. We're going to sneak into the Imperial capital and pay a visit to Mother.
And the last of our farmholds in the eastern provinces has succumbed to the blight.
Without their yield, we will be hard-pressed to fill the capital's granaries before winter.
If there is a capital by then, the black creeps closer as we speak.
And yet you do naught but bawl and bluster.
Your Radiance?
If it is fertile land the Empire acquires, we need but look south.
If you mean the crystalline Dominion's holdings, we are bound by mutual accord. Theirs is a neutral state whose borders we are sworn to respect.
Gentlemen, did we swear to see our people starve?
Well, I really do think
The gates of Oriflamme buckle at the flood of those come seeking refuge from the blight. If there is not grain enough to feed those within our walls, how, pray tell, will we feed those without? But instead of setting your minds to riddles such as these, you lock horns with an enemy from across the sea, sending our soldiers to the slaughter in their thousands. The Empire bleeds, and you sit here prattling like crones in a tea house. And you fancy yourselves leaders of men. Sanbreque is naught without her citizens. We are but their servants. If their land is being wrested away, it is our duty to claim new lands for them.
Your Radiance! You cannot mean a war of conquest.
That is exactly what I mean. It is time we expanded our dominion. This is the will of great Grieger.
There will be uproar. Then we must find a way to distract the citizenry. But how much will that cost?
And what of our legions? Shall we raise the furs?
Well, someone will have to contend with the Dalmex.
I will not keep you. You all have much to do. Where is my son?
The Lord Prince is currently garrisoned at the Strait of Author. If it please you, I can send word requesting his immediate return to the Holy Capital.
That won't be necessary. Tell him instead to see to his wounds. Bahamut's strength will be needed again soon.
As you command.
I must have misheard. You mean to tell me that the mother crystals are the reason the world is dying? Are you mad?
I have been called that on occasion, but no, not today. We've all seen it firsthand. Empty wastes where once were green meadows. Land drained so dry of its ether, not even the rats remained. But where was it all going? I spent years searching for an answer, until I saw it standing right in front of me. There, in the self-same crystals we look to for their so-called blessing. All right, listen. Take this crystal. How does it allow us to conjure magics? Answer, by drawing ambient ether from the air. And where do these crystals come from?
That's easy. They're mined from the mother crystals.
They're one and the same. Although admittedly this here fits more easily in the pocket.
But the mother crystals are massive. Some as large as mountains.
So you see the problem. Imagine just how much ether can be drawn by something that size. As to where it's all going, mind, well, I can't know everything, can I?
We are taught that the mother crystals are divine. Their ether a gift from the heavens. For centuries, nations have fought and fallen for want of that gift. If what you say is true, how did no one else see it?
Who says they didn't? Maybe the truth was inconvenient.
Inconvenient to whom, exactly?
The higher-ups? The gods themselves?
So now you want to do something about the crystals? And what? We're not helping bearers and dominants anymore.
I didn't say that. I made a promise and I intend to keep it. But if we continue down this path, there's only one fate that awaits the realm. And we can't very well set our people free if they're all lying dead in a blighted ditch. Not if we want to create a place where they can live on their own terms anyway. Sort of defeats the purpose. So, if we have to bring the old world crashing down in order to build us a new one, what say you? Are you with me?
I suppose it's about time I repaid your faith.
You could have just said aye. But it's nice to have you aboard all the same.
What have I got myself into? going to need more than a few potions for this.
Don't mind me. Just taking a quick breathe. Ain't I?
So what God's forsaken corner of the realm is Sid dragging you off to this?
Oriflamme.
The holy capital. And what business would you... And be thankful you got that much. I reckon I can find a buyer. You got out else? And be thankful you got that much. Speaking of Oriflamme, I hear the trading routes leading south have seen more than double the usual traffic. If you ask me, summat foul's brewing, and it ain't Tyre's borbile tea. Oh, just go and see Otto, will you?
All right.
I heard Otto barking at his lot earlier.
Clive, was it?
So you're really going through with it? Sid's been talking about bringing down a mother crystal since I've known him. But that's all it's ever been.
He's convinced it's the right thing to do.
Seems the hiding the royalists gave him wasn't enough to... His legions are on the march again.
Another war.
All as the great Grieger wills it. Bloodthirsty little miss, that one. Still, might work to our advantage on this occasion. Wars with a fair wind behind them. A handful of like-minded ne'er-do-wells could melt into the back alleys of Oriflamme. Is making it to the capital that's the problem.
The checkpoint.
That's right. Anyone travelling, lucky for you, I might just know of a way.
This?
Well, no, not that. That gets you an audience with the dame, and it's the dame who'll see you safely through Northreach. I'll send the Stolas. We go way back. And she's a true friend of the cause. I'm sure you'll get on like a house on fire.
That's good of you, but... who is this dame, and where will I find her?
She's the proud proprietress of Northreach's foremost house of ill repute. And she's quite a woman, if you know what I mean.
A woman? Right.
Don't go blinding her with your charm now, lad. I'll be expecting a full...
I suppose that's everything. Now to find Gav.
Oh, you're the goat at your service. Well, at the hide, Otto's put me in charge of reading through the reports sent in by our allies and picking out any... And there's no shortage of problems, I can tell you. Anyway, if you're ever interested in taking a look over the list, reckon you could probably tick off the odd thing here and there. They say little acts of... Come back soon, eh?
Do you need any help, Miss Molly?
I don't know. You could rinse and chop these greens for the stew, I suppose.
This would help.
Yours is not a familiar...
You could say that.
Well then, allow me to welcome you.
That's,
which is why everyone here has taken and what varied company. But alas, my days of wandering the realm in perhaps you. You are always welcome at my table.
Clive, was it?
Well? Not saying Fordian, do you? Should last you a good while. Anything else?
Well, 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 someone's in a hurry.
Just following orders.
Funny, I never took you for the type.
Can't all be as obedient as you, Gav.
Eh?
Fine day for a little mischief, wouldn't you say?
Is this all of us?
Actually, Gav won't be coming.
Just the three of us, then?
Drake's Head is the keystone of the Empire. Oriflamme's in chaos, yes, but that doesn't mean we can march an army through her gates. The fewer our numbers, the better our chances of going unnoticed. And should that plan fail, well, we have our icons to fall back on.
Sid, I don't know if I can. Ifrit still seems to come and go as he pleases.
Ordinarily, priming an icon comes naturally to a dominance. But then, you are no ordinary dominance.
Well, he's still got the blessing of the Phoenix, doesn't he?
Not to mention what he sucked out of Garuda. And did I ever tell you about how he was once the greatest shield in Rosaria? You know, I reckon he could probably cut us a path out of the capital on his own if need be.
Let's try not to find out.
We're less likely to be spotted if we travel separately. I'll meet you in Northreach in a few days. You two behave now.
So, we're meeting in Northreach. And will I find Sid and Jill before this Dane finds me?
Oh, you're sick. Couldn't trouble you for some...
It depends.
Some new bearers from Oriflamme just arrived, and it cost Master Quint. Man must have been a bloody tyrant.
They're probably terrible.
You're probably right. So, will you have a word with them? Suit yourself.
But how did the grocer know his daughter had been stealing?
Is it safe to ride to Northreach now?
I wouldn't say safe, but at least now it's possible.
Northreach. No mistakes.
The soldiers used to speak of a brothel, but that was north of the checkpoint. I hope that Dame has friends in the south.
Welcome, good...
Are you gonna park?
And what can I do for you? I'll be here if you need me.
Begone! The gate's for citizens, not serfs.
We've the right to confiscate any objects forbidden by the throne.
With reds, whites, ale. Mead, ciders, berries.
Give me one of those hands.
How about a plum for the apple of your eye?
Keep your hands to yourself. No one will buy anything that's been soured by a brand.
Have you no other bearers? Those two look rather...
A moment, my lady.
A moment? I doubt you could afford even that much of my time. Branded.
My mistake.
No, mine. Upon reflection, you don't have the scent of a branded about you. The flowers. Otto always did know how to please me. More than Sid ever did anyway. Do you think you could please me, Clive?
You're the dame.
Let us leave such impersonal titles to my less preferred clientele. You can call me Isabel. Otto assured me I could trust you. I can trust you, can't I?
You can trust me, yes, but... why would you?
Help you? Because that's what we do. Long ago, Sid did me a kindness when no one else would. I have never forgotten that. Without it, I would not be where I am today. And so, I make it a point to do the same whenever possible. Which brings us here. To the final obstacle between you and whatever it is you seek in the holy capital. I fear the guards are not likely to let a masterless bearer pass unmolested, unless...
Unless...
Unless, of course, his master deigned to appear. Yes, that will do nicely. But I shall expect a favor in return.
Wait, what?
You say these are all from down
The fruit's not getting any fresher.
What the hell are you doing?
Tut tut. We cannot have people thinking I tolerate disobedience from my branded.
The men who gave me this are no more my masters than you are. But it's not as if I can hide it.
From the moment you acquired it, that brand has done naught but take. But today, it is going to give you exactly what you want. Just play along.
Madame, back to the Vale already?
But of course, we must make ready to welcome you, my dear.
And who might this be?
Why, my new escort. The streets aren't safe for a girl, what with all the royalists about.
Well, don't work him too hard.
Well, that rather depends on you now, doesn't it? I'll see you all at sunset.
Oi, hold up. Another fucking branded. Well, you're lucky you're with the dame. Now get out of my sight, filth.
That wasn't so bad.
Wasn't so bad.
But they didn't. And even if they had, the gentlemen of the garrison are some of my best customers, as do you and I. Now, we can speak more at the Vale.
Doesn't seem like I have much of a choice.
Well then.
And if anyone requests her company, tell them she is feeling unwell.
Madame, you look stunning.
As do you, my dear.
Shall I have one of the girls draw a bath?
That won't be necessary. Clive, my darling. Welcome to the Vale.
Thank you for seeing me through the gates, my lady. I am in your debt.
Well, that was the whole point, wasn't it? And I told you, it's Isabel. Whatever wound you so tight, I wonder. It's certainly not Sid's influence.
You, mentioned a favor. What is it you'd have me do? I don't want to keep my companions waiting.
If you mean Sid and the girl, you needn't worry. They have yet to reach the checkpoint. Yes, Otto asked me to help them as well. But to answer your question, I need you to find someone for me. One of my girls. Tatienne has been gone for several days now, having left no word of explanation. And I've begun to fear the worst.
I feel as if I've spent my whole life searching for people. Though I can't say I'm any good at it.
I trust you'll do your best. Oh, and take this. Proof of that trust. And hopefully enough to keep prying eyes from looking too closely at that handsome face. Now, I have matters to attend to at the Iron Flagon.
I should probably start here.
You wear the dame's brooch.
Enough to have me look for one of your colleagues.
She's still missing then.
Oh, if only I'd come.
You saw her before she disappeared?
The day before. She'd lost her comb. It wasn't anything fancy, but you see, Tatienne was an orphan, and she looked upon the dame as a mother.
So she was upset.
And I didn't lend her my shoulder. Tatienne shared a room. Her chambermaid may have seen something. She's over there.
Thank you. Let's see what her chambermaid can tell us then.
So you're the new escort the girls have been talking about. And you've already been sent off on an errand, eh? Poor boy. You'll be knackered.
I'm told you share a bedchamber with Tatienne. Did she...
Before she went missing. Only that she needed to meet with someone. She did mention a name, but I know exactly.
You do?
Lad from the garrison. Annoying little shit. Spent every guil he earned on Tatienne, and picked fights, followed her around like a lost puppy. Tatienne was flattered at first. She thought about saying something. But the dame was so proud of her for how much she was bringing in, and she didn't want to let her down.
This man from the garrison?
Of course I did. He tried to sneak into our room enough times. Slimy sod's got a scar over one eye. Claims he got it in battle.
You've been very helpful.
Don't let him get away with this.
A man from the garrison. Seems a trip to the barracks is in order.
I haven't seen you around the Vale of late. Oh, don't tell me you've grown tired.
That's the day done then.
Heard the bones fell favourite.
I'm looking for a man with a scar over his eye.
Looking for a man? Does this look like a brothel, Branded? Fuck off.
Hold your tongue. He wears the dame's brooch. One word from him and the Vale's doors.
There's only one man in the garrison with a dodgy eye. His name's Yannick.
On account of him being in war. Yeah, Yannick left a few...
The dame thanks you. Moor is the last village on the road to Oriflamme. I should let Isabel know where I'm headed.
Clive.
That remains to be seen.
Oh, Tatienne, you could have told me.
This Yannick. The soldiers I spoke to believe he's in the village. According to them, he claimed to have some business with a merchant there.
And you plan on traveling to Moor?
Isn't that what you want?
Oh, it is, but I fear sending you there may cause more harm than good. You'll find they have little love for bearers. And there is a man in Moor who owes me a favor. His name is Bertrand, and he works at the...
I shall return as soon as...
Did one of them get on this side?
Oriflamme, how many bearers suffer to keep your granaries full?
That's enough for today, Branded.
If the people of Moor are as intolerant as Isabel says, it's no wonder the Empire never sent my unit here. Are you Bertrand? The dame sent me.
Sounds about right. Only time I hear from her is when she wants something. Well, go on then. What is it?
One of her courtesans has gone missing, and I need to find her. A soldier who may have information on her whereabouts is...
Many traders stopped to peddle their wares, but only one's been sick.
Is he still here?
The trader? Oh, yeah. Stubborn sod stood his ground till the soldier got... If you seek him out... Fact is, folks round here would sooner hang a branded than help, and that's even with the dame's brooch for protection.
Understood.
Weren't expecting any new branded until the new moon. You don't think he's a...
What's this? A branded? Where's your...
I come to you from Northreach.
Why, of course. What is it that she requires of me?
Rumor has it you were seen arguing with us.
Yes, he had a comb which he claimed was an antique. Said, but old though it was, an antique it most certainly was not, as I told him. I stood firm, however, and for all his bluster.
And do you know where he went after them?
My customers aren't usually in the habit of telling me whither they are bound. But as it happens...
My thanks.
Not at all. I would do anything. Be sure and tell her, won't you?
You are fortunate to have fallen into the dame's good graces.
It smells of death here, Torgal. Wolves. We can't let them get any closer to the village.
Sick of Torgal! Get him, boy! You know what to do, boy. Sick of Torgal!
Damn it all. Bodies. Well, the wolves have been busy. But the blood is long dry. So it is you.
If that's true, then the body next to hers will be Yannick's. The girl Yannick went off to see every night.
You.
Now, why would I do that? Unless you think I'd have good reason to, by the looks of things.
We both found who we were searching for.
Yeah, he was a jealous sod. Couldn't stand that. Then one day he sees her with a new comb. Thinks she's got herself a new gallant. We know it's all talk, but then he disappears off to more for some...
If you mean this comb, it was a gift from the dame.
He might not be rotting on a hip.
I think he meant to ask her something else. He stole the old comb and bought her a new one in the hope they'd...
Wed? Where would they have gone? Certainly not back to Northreach, and we all know what happens to deserters. Tell the dame I'm sorry for when the lads come to collect Yannick's body.
Is that wise?
Oh, there won't be any covering up this mess. The most we can hope for is that the dame doesn't hold it against. Speaking of which, I saw... Could you tell her what happened?
I need to tell Isabel. Perhaps the comb will give her something to remember Tatienne by.
expecting any new brand?
Ah. If it was a message that needed delivering, I could have seen.
You are still in one piece, I see. You will be pleased to hear that your companions have arrived. They said they would meet you at a little chapel to the east of here.
Thank you, but you needn't have come all this way just to tell me. I was on my way to see you.
You found him. I see. My dear Tatienne. It is by no means uncommon for a client to fall for a courtesan. Especially a client who's young and far from home. But rarely do such tales have happy endings.
I found this with Tatienne. I believe it was yours.
Thank you for returning it. I shall see that it has a place on her pyre.
I should go.
Before you do, I have one last gift. A token of my thanks. The Vale counts among its patrons several high-ranking officers of the Imperial Army. According to one of the looser-tongued gentlemen, it would appear that the legions are planning to march south.
Or to mention the same thing.
But did he mention that it was all of the legions? This is no mere skirmish. Were I to guess, I'd say the Emperor planned to abandon the capital. But that couldn't possibly be true now, could it? Take care, Clive.
I will. And thank you again.
Fetch!
Now feel good, boy.